Now, the 15th session of the Conference of States Parties to the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities began with a bang. With 185 ratifications since its adoption in 2006, the Convention is committed to realizing an inclusive, accessible and sustainable world for all. The Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities is a body of independent experts which monitors the implementation of the Convention by the States Parties. Datuk Ras Adiba Radzi has the reports from the United Nations headquarters, New York.
With 1 billion persons with disabilities in the world, the committee promotes inclusion, advocates for the human rights of PWDs, and provides recommendations to support the implementation of the provisions enshrined in the Convention, this through its engagement and cooperation with state parties. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and its optional protocol was adopted on 13 December 2006 at the United Nations headquarters in New York and was opened for signature on 30th March 2007. There were 82 signatories to the Convention, 44 signatories to the optional protocol, and 1 ratification of the Convention. This is the highest number of signatories in history to a UN convention on its opening day. It is the first comprehensive human rights treaty of the 21st century and is the first human rights convention to be opened for signature by regional integration organizations. The convention follows decades of work by the United Nations to change attitudes and approaches to persons with disabilities. It takes to a new height the movement from viewing persons with disabilities as objects of charity, medical treatment and social protection towards viewing persons with disabilities as subjects with rights who are capable of claiming those rights and making decisions for their lives based on their free and informed consent, as well as being active members of society. The Convention is intended as a human rights instrument with an explicit social development dimension. It adopts a broad categorization of persons with disabilities and reaffirms that all persons with all types of disabilities must enjoy all human rights and fundamental freedoms. It clarifies and qualifies how all categories of rights apply to persons with disabilities and identify areas where adaptations have to be made for persons with disabilities to effectively exercise their rights and areas where their rights have been violated and where protection of rights must be reinforced. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, as well as Security Council Resolution 2475, call on member states to ensure the equal protection of persons with disabilities and provide safe, timely and unimpeded access to humanitarian assistance to them. Over 15 years since the adoption of the Convention, PWDs around the world still face a steep climb to fully realize our rights.
Many of us here are coming together to listen to some of the things discussed today to empower persons with disability, touching on communication, touching on labour and also on education, among others. And some of the topics that's discussed are also how we went through the pandemic, COVID-19, for the last couple of years. So it's going to be a very interesting next couple of days between the 14th to the 16th when the convention is going to be held, and I'll be reporting to you from time to time with the latest from the United Nations headquarters here in New York City. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi reporting for Bernama TV.